Viewers of Philippines, access to finance, red tape, corruption, talent shortage. These have long been the pain points for the country's vast SME sector. What can the new government do to help the smaller players thrive? Joining us is Propel President and CEO Alma Borja. Hi, Malu.
Hi,
welcome.
G. Good morning.
So we see the SMEs, 99.6% of our economy.
Correct.
Definitely something we need. Sector we need in peak performance, and yet very much facing a lot of challenges. And you see it happening to the SMEs.
Correct. In fact, latest data shows that about 50% of SMEs actually close. So that alone gives us an alarming position. And SMEs.
So what are the challenges facing them? What's the biggest problem of SMEs?
Okay. Well, there are three key problems. First of all, and I mentioned risk as well. So first of all, it's access to finances, the business environment, access to markets, and productivity and efficiency. And I think that's where Propel actually will be able to help a lot SMEs on the area of productivity and efficiency.
What then should SMEs do to be able to address these challenges?
Well, first of all, they need to focus on their core business. When you open up a business, you need to know what are you there for. What do you want to market? What kind of service do you want to provide if you're a service provider? And then the rest of it, operations part of it, you can actually outsource. Actually, outsourcing is now something that's very, very interesting. So you mentioned about, let's say, payroll processing. You have to pay your employees, and you have to pay them on time. You have to manage compensation and benefits. So all of these are part of the business, but do you really need to be the one to do that?
But for SMEs, cost is it's something that they really need to watch out for, and outsourcing can actually add to their costs.
Not necessarily. Ironically, when you, for example, you run a business, you have to hire somebody to do your accounting, for example. So that person needs to be there all the time. You probably would, especially if you're starting, you probably would have a small accounting department, and you probably need to invest somehow in technology. That's key to any business. But if you're starting, you can't afford to invest in good technology. So, but if you outsource, you get the benefit of using, because it's not anymore your problem. You get your reports, they're accurate.
But the problem with outsourcing is a lack of control, and for SMEs, for very small companies, as you mentioned, there needs to be focus, and there needs to be more control over all its processes.
Correct. You have to choose which ones you want to outsource. Normally, for instance, you want to have control, let's say, on your finances, that's correct. But do you need to be the one to post them? Do you need to be the one to balance your books? Do you need to be the one to produce the reports? I mean, the bigger part is in analyzing the data that you have. You need to make sure that the data are really accurate.
You mentioned earlier technology, now automation.
Yes.
This could actually be a boon to SMEs, and it could be a bane to outsourcing companies, because labor, payroll processing, these administrative things could be replaced by automation. It could be cheaper for SMEs.
Correct. That's true. But as I mentioned earlier, not all SMEs can afford the technology that they need, that they actually need to produce the accurate reports, timely reports. It's always a challenge in any business. Even if it's a small business, you need to see every day how much you're making, how much inventory do you have. If there are sales, how much are coming in. So
now, with all these challenges that you've been seeing, that SMEs are facing, what do you think government should also do to be able to help our SMEs perform better? Okay,
first of all, support. When we say support, that means I'll be able to come up with some policies that are friendly to the SMEs. Probably if they want to really, let's say, outsource, let there be a process on that, let there be a structure on that to encourage SMEs. In fact, very recently there's an article that says that to really boost the businesses of the SMEs, they should start considering outsourcing. You mentioned about apprehensions on control, you lose control. It's actually not losing control. It's actually you being able to have more time to market, more time to spend with your customers, more time to analyze the data that you have. So these are the things that you need in your business.
And that government and the private sector should really work together to be able to cut down the death rate that the rate of 50%.
50%, yes, consistently. Yes.
All right. Thank you so much for being with us today.
Thank you, Jean. Thank you.